What's up? Rick Paulton.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
Brewster, he's so cool. And Brian Sacco joining us tonight. We are not live. We are in living color, but we are not live. We are pre-recorded this week, but still watch because we need more $5.40 from Facebook. So we decided rather than to not have a show, we decided to all go out and watch the movie Undertone and then review it for you here tonight. There will probably be spoilers, but there's not much to spoil in this movie anyway. But right on.
Brian loved this movie as much as he loved Arcade.
Arcade? It was a movie. There were credits and everything.
There was an actress, and there was, there was
actresses. There was probably a director. Somebody paid money to make this.
We paid money to watch it.
Well, I used my unlimited pass on the worst day ever. The worst day. Well, maybe not the worst day. I've had worse days. One day.
Why don't you tell us about your day there? I'm
going to. Well, one day I'll get on Brewster's mental hell, and you'll see that this is by no means anywhere close to the worst day I've ever had. So I wake up in the morning. I make like $250 before 9 o'clock. So life's going crazy. Got my little Jason tattoo. Can you see it?
Yeah, I was on Facebook. Very nice.
Jason guy. Got the little flash tattoos that the tattoo people do for. It used to be $13. But now they flipped the numbers. Now it's 31 because we live in inflationary times. And then I was like, well, I want to see. I was going to the movie twice later on in the day to see Friday the 13th 3 and 4. So I was like, well, hopefully I can get up there and knock Undertone out so I don't have to do it later on in the week. And I do, and I go and see this movie. And there's like 4 other people in the movie theater. And we'll talk about what I liked and didn't like about the movie shortly. So that I leave the movie theater. And I decided to do one more lift ride, and we had 90-mile-an-hour winds. And when I dropped these people off, they opened their car doors, and the wind damn near took the car door completely off. And then when I opened my car door to help them, mine got even worse. Now my car is in my driveway with the door tied up together, and I don't know. So hopefully they're going to come and get it soon and fix it. But I have a $1,000 deductible, so that $20 ride, she was nice enough to tip me $10. So that $30 ride cost me $1,000. Had I just trusted my instincts and went home, life would have been great. But no, I wanted to make the extra $20 and screwed everything up.
Well, you got that extra $20 though, right? Everything's coming up Bolton right now.
Yeah, 980. I guess. Swear to God, man! I swear to God. But it is what it is. So hopefully we'll get that straight. But how are you guys doing this fine Thursday? Well, as this airs, Thursday evening. I don't even know what day it is. Sunday.
Today's Sunday.
I'm
doing all right, man. I'm doing all right.
Today's my birthday, but it won't be on Thursday when you see this.
Yes, the Ides of
Hopefully
March.
By then, since I got 2 of my friends that know technology to like work on a shirt that we're going to start selling in the thing. Hopefully that's there then. And if it is there, you'll click the link above Brewster's head and click it anyway, scan it or whatever the hell you got to do to that thing. And it'll take you to our shop where you could hopefully buy this awesome Brewster He's So Cool shirt that I have the idea to make, but I don't know how to make it. See, I'm an idea guy. I know what's going on. I know how to do this shit. So hopefully it's up there. And if it's not up there, though, there are other ones, including our Autism Speak special where the money gets donated to some autism charity thing that we'll consult Kylie and Cass about, and they'll tell us where to give the money to. There's breast cancer shirt, the hoodie I'm wearing right now, all kinds of fun stuff. So check that out. Support the show. We need the money.
Rick needs to buy me beer.
Yeah, definitely. Which was the best part of that movie, Like
I got a free beer. Yeah, it was great.
Beer? yeah. Hang on, after was the best.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when it was over.
Oh man, and sadly, I think we all have a similar perception of this movie. I've seen it's getting decent reviews though.
Because it's the mainstream audience, man. They're not as desanitized to this shit that the 3 of us are.
I don't know, man. So, your thoughts are your anticipation going into this movie, Brian? We'll start with you.
I think that's my thing, is that it was billed to be the scariest movie in decades. I was really excited about that. I mean, like Brewster was saying, I mean, the three of us, we've seen oodles and oodles of horror movies. So I think a lot of times we're desensitized to a lot of the things that, many others, because I'll go watch movies and I'll go, that wasn't scary at all. Like, oh, that was really scary. So I was excited to kind of like go through a test here to see if this would, hit on the scare factor. And holy cow, it was just anything but that. I was shocked. And even if I wasn't scared, like, it just sounded like a good movie. And there were two other, there's some guys I follow on Facebook or on Instagram. I follow their reels and stuff. And, they're like, and then they had seen the pre-screenings and they're like, this movie's really scary.
Also, it was getting good reviews from people that you knew.
I was kind of taking their word, I mean, I kind of trust these guys. So I'm wondering, like, if, they got the privilege to see the pre-screening and then they were told, hey, sell this, because there is no way that those guys can honestly tell me that was like the scariest movie they've seen in decades. That's a load of crap.
I have a thought about that. As a guy that gets screeners ahead of time sometimes,
yeah,
my thought process is I can't shit on this movie, because if I do, I might not get other stuff later.
Right.
And I don't know whether that's true or not, because
but that makes sense though, because I'm telling you, there's no way. But
I get a little scared, and I don't really, but so I don't really put it out there like how bad the movie is, or at least in the one I'm telling, like I'll send them back, like, hey, this is what we thought of the movie, and it's the positive one, and then I might talk about it like a week or two later and tell people what I really thought.
I was lying.
Right, but I respect that. I mean, we want you. I mean, that's awesome that you get that early screen. I respect that, but like, I don't know, man. There was just so much hype about it, in like the deep horror world, and like I thought for sure that we were gonna go see something really good. Like I said, even if it didn't scare me, I thought it'd be a good movie. It sounded good. Like the whole premise.
The whole premise.
Okay,
this as a good for myself, that sounded fun. Because
right.
The whole podcast tie-in and everything. Yeah, it sounded like an awesome thing. But here's one thing. Ziggy from Death Curse Society, his biggest beef with any movie is if in the trailer they tell you it's the scariest movie in decades, the scariest movie of the year, you can guarantee that movie is going to suck.
You're right, and I know better.
Yeah. What about you, Brewster? Did you have any thoughts going into the movie before you actually seen it?
It looked, when I first got the trailer months ago, it looked good and stuff. But then the minute they threw what we're all agreeing here on the scariest movie, I was like, it's gonna suck, because they said, and I like Paranormal Activity, but it definitely wasn't scary even at the time. The concept was very semi-original, but. And then of course I think there was a Netflix one about a girl who was possessed. I want to say it's called Veronica or Victoria or something back in like 2018, 19. And they said the same thing. And people were sending me trailers and I'm like, I've seen this before, and so when they said that, I'm like, but I still had hopes to be a decent movie. And the girl, I give her credit because she pretty much had to carry the whole movie on her own, because there's like really no other actors or actresses in it.
Yeah, there was one actress that had FaceTime in the whole movie.
Right.
And then the special effects were cool, and I like the aspect of the dark-hidden meanings behind the children's songs, and the ending was cool. But like, I swear to God, Brian, you were sleeping throughout some of that movie.
Dude, I think I was fighting. I think my head was nodding. I do. I can't even believe that happened. I mean, I knew I was tired. It was a long day at work and stuff, but still, like, horror movies do not put me to sleep. But I'm telling you, I was struggling.
Yeah.
There was two actors.
I like how they use sound too. I mean, I will say, I mean, that was a good attempt at using the power of sound. Even times where the screen went black, which I was like, what's going on here? And it was all that sound all around you. I mean, it's a decent attempt there. I like what you said, Rick. We went out the afterward. You said that you did the ending. That would have been a great 15, 20 minute short. That'd have been really creepy. It really would have been.
Yeah.
But that whole, by the time that ending came, I was pretty much done with the movie. I was.
And they actually said the scariest movie, not that you'll ever see, but that you'll ever hear, which talks about the concept of this whole movie is basically over the phone while these people are recording their podcast. So most of it is what you hear of the movie. Let me get rid of that.
Rick's OnlyFans is chiming in.
Yeah, I wish somebody would pay me to see pictures of shit. But yeah, so there was 2 actresses actually that had FaceTime, but one of them was just laying in the bed dead. That was the mom. And here's another thing, like my mom actually really just went through this. I mean, she just died of cancer like a couple days ago. So as I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking it might affect me more. And it really didn't. It really didn't. But Jesus Christ, one of my kids running down the stairs. Okay. Yeah, so even with that though, it didn't really hook me in like you would think that it would, somebody that just went through that in real life.
I think they could have done more with the mother too. I thought that mother could have been a really terrifying piece if they would have done that right. And I feel they missed on that one too. I mean, and again, I think they were relying on the sound. And like I said, I think it was an okay attempt. I mean, the loud clock and the noises around. I mean, I don't know, but there wasn't enough substance for me. Like I said, I think Brewster, I think you hit on the head. I think my head was nodding a few times. Maybe I was snoring. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just noticed you got like a Halloween 3 shirt and hat on.
So I have a Halloween 3 hat on, and
Yeah.
What?
No, I thought you had a Halloween 3 hat and a shirt, but Santa Carla is the Lost Boys.
It is. I got Killer Clown's pajama bottoms on. I mean, I've got it all going on.
You're just all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the city in Halloween 3? Do you remember? It was a similar name.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of Haddonfield, but it wasn't that.
No, it was Santa something. It was Santa something.
Was it really?
Yeah, that's why
I look it up. I don't know.
Your hat. But nevertheless, I digress.
What's weird? Okay, so what we should have known, I mean, to sum it all up, was when the 3 of us were at the bar afterwards, and Brian was drinking his manly water, and we were the thing that all 3 of us were talking about the most before Rick had to leave to go see the Friday the 13th movie was a minor subplot. Did she or did she not go to the party with her boyfriend? Something that pays no relevance to the story. That's what we were all focused on out of that entire movie. I mean, that should tell you how bad it was.
I'm sorry. There really wasn't. She left the house. That's all we know. We don't know that she went to the party. They don't show her at the party. They don't show her coming back hammered.
No, you only assume, right?
She also had the appointment with the OBGYN. So you didn't know why she left the house. It was either one of those 2 reasons, and it's a stupid thing. But like with the whole boyfriend thing, and she's pregnant. That's going to be a conflict with the boyfriend. I think it should have been discussed what happened when she left the house. Especially if she did indeed go to that party, because like what happened at the party? Did you and your boyfriend make up? Did you and your boyfriend drift further apart? Does he know that you might be pregnant? All of these things that kind of would matter a little bit.
Rick's worried about the love story aspect of it.
Not really. It just needed to make a little sense, and it didn't.
Right.
Santa Mira, by the way.
Oh my God, it was Santa Mira. Now that you said it, that's right.
Mm-hmm. That's what. Yeah. So I thought that was a Santa Mira shirt and the hat, and I thought you did it on purpose, but I guess not.
Yeah, I'm not that cool. Sorry, man. I just got a lot of horror apparel, so yeah, I just threw it all.
Oh yeah, same. Like I'll have 10 different things on Tuesday. Like right now, I got my Nightmare on Elm Street hat on. I think I got some Friday the 13th socks.
Love it.
Underneath, probably, let's see what you got. Yep, Friday 13th shirt.
Rick's looking down his pants. What do I got down here?
So, I mean, yeah, I like it when horror movies try new stuff. Like, what was that movie that came out last year where the guy's walking around in the forest for fucking 3 hours?
In a Violent Nature?
Violent Nature. And I like the idea of it because it's something totally different. We never seen that. And I also liked the dog movie with Indy.
Oh, boy.
Indy the dog. And that I liked a lot better as a movie, but I like these ideas and the fact that they were doing this with just a lot of sounds and different things that's never been done. I can appreciate that. And if this movie was 20 minutes long, I might say it was a good movie.
Yeah.
An hour and a half of this over and over again. If they would have included some jump scares here and there, you brought up the mother.
Well,
what if while she's in the room with the mother praying or whatever, all of a sudden the mother looks like some crazy demon or something.
Yes, that's what I was hoping for. And,
You know?
again, we're talking about an hour's worth of nothing. That's yeah. So it was very frustrating to me. I was disappointed. I expected so much better.
You're snoring and let it known that you were disappointed with it.
Yeah, see, I told you. I tried, man. I was dying. It was that rough.
Me and Ricky both fell asleep during Friday 13th 4, by the way.
Oh.
Good. We both had seen it in the theater, though, so it wasn't like, we never have. He really enjoyed 3 in 3D, though. He stayed up for that whole thing, and then we went for 4, and I seen him. He was already starting to go to sleep, and I was like, I should probably just leave and go home. But no.
Well, he left, and he came back. He remembered he forgot Ricky in the movie theater.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Luckily, there was a post-credit scene, so he wasn't going anywhere anyways.
Yeah, he would have hated this movie. He would have hated. He doesn't like movies where you got to think. He likes movies where people are getting killed left and right, and there's blood splattering all over the place. He doesn't like any elevated horror isn't his thing.
I like the slow burns. We discussed this. There's a lot of slow burns that are good, but like some of these studios, they don't keep you interested enough in watching this. Like the one I'll always go back to is a little lesser known one called House of Darkness with Justin Long. And
nice.
Literally nothing happens horror-wise till the end of the movie. But for me personally, watching it, I enjoyed so much watching his interaction with the girl in this movie in her mansion that I was like, I was waiting for what was going to happen, and it was a very slow burn. And this is so the haters be like, well, Brewster only likes the gore hunt shit. And that's true. But this House of Darkness really kept me interested till the very end. But these other movies try the slow burn too much, where it's like they're really just dragging it out, and it becomes the season 2 of Walking Dead. Leave the fucking barn. You know what I mean?
Are you guys fans of A24?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've had. Right now I can't think of all the movies I've seen, but I know they have put out some decent movies. But I suppose all of them put out some duds too. I'd like to look at a list of the movies they put out in the last couple of years.
Wasn't the Pearl movies were A24, weren't they?
Yes, and I did like all those. I liked all those.
They were great. Wasn't that Bring Her Back, was that A24?
I want to say yes.
I think it was.
I'm looking up right now.
Look up a list of recent A24 movies. You had Midsommar, which everybody swears is fantastic. I've never seen it.
It brainwashes you.
Hereditary, The Heretic.
Oh, I liked Heretic.
I loved Heretic.
Yeah.
So it's not that we don't like A24. I actually got excited when I seen this was an A24 movie.
Right.
Because I don't think I've seen any A24 movie I didn't like until Friday the 13th.
Well, all right, Rick. How about Brian? Let me leave you out of this one for a second. Rick, how was that compared to the Wizard of Oz movie we saw together?
That is the worst movie of the year, and quite possibly one of the worst movies ever. And as hardcore of a Wizard of Oz fan as I am, that was my most I was looking forward to that movie more than anything. You're going to do Wizard of Oz and horror, and I'm not talking. It's been done on like these Tubi movies. I didn't even bother watching those. But this is getting a theatrical release, and not just a theatrical release, but a Fathom Events release, which cost me more money. It's not, those cost you like $16, $17, $18, $19 rather than the $12 normal price for a movie. And it was horrible. That was horrible. This was better because this is at least they did what they wanted to do, and they got their point across. Some people are liking this movie. I'm seeing decent reviews. It's got a 6, I think, on IMDb.
Yeah, a 6.6 still. Like I don't. Yeah, and people are saying, well, fantastic, great feel to it. I don't know, man. Like I said, I mean, I think that there is some good effort put into it, but I think they missed on a lot of cylinders, and that just was enough to frustrate me. I mean, again, I don't know.
We'll grade the movie eventually, and I'm not going to give it an F, that's for sure. I mean, I didn't hate the movie. I just didn't like the movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So, but as far as A24 movies go, it might be the worst one of those I've seen.
Yeah, I like to see more of a list, but like everything you rattle off between Hereditary and The Heretic and Heretic, like those are all fantastic movies. And the Pearl series, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. What did you? What was Bring Her Back an A24 movie?
I don't think it is. It wasn't in their list, Wikipedia list of their films.
Right on.
I'll double check again.
You could just probably put.
I'm going to type it. Is that
is that an A24 movie? I forgot what. Oh, is Bring Her Back riveting? An A24 film.
Yeah, it is.
Really, it is? Okay.
I mean, according to this, it is.
Yeah, it is. And Talk to Me is as well.
Yeah, so those are all fantastic movies.
Yeah. So like when you see A24, like at least I do, I get a little bit excited. I think I'm gonna. Those are the most creepy movies I've seen. All of the A24 movies. So you think you might get an actual scary movie,
right?
And they didn't do a good job building tension in this movie. There was you never felt like anybody was in danger. There was no scare factor in my opinion.
I totally agree.
The ending was kind of creepy.
Yeah, we're talking about the last 3 minutes of the movie, right?
I'm just saying there was a scare factor, it just wasn't until the very end.
And I'm hearing from people that the last the ending of the movie was so good, and I mean it kind of was, but like it was, there was just too much not good before it,
right?
You got to give me something.
Well, this
a
isn't
couple
like
of those calls were good, like because the premise of the movie is that the girl she's doing a podcast, and her podcast friend is wherever the hell he's at, and they're doing it over the phone rather than through Zoom or whatever StreamYard like we use. And the guy in their email gets sent a bunch of random files, and each file is a little bit darker than the one before it, and and it's about a girl and a husband in the files, the email that was sent, and the girl is pregnant, right?
Yeah.
That, and I guess this demon, whatever the demon's name was, fucks with women that are having kids. And we come to find out that our main actor is having a kid, as we stated already. And as soon as she finds out, what does she do? Did you see it? Did you notice it? Pours the fattest glass of whiskey you've ever seen in your life.
Oh my gosh, she did.
I guess she's a recovering alcoholic because the guy says, "I hope you're not drinking."
Right,
again.
he did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nope. While she's chugging, and it's like, oh god. And this is, I think, after she decided she wants to keep the baby, or whatever. I don't know, dude. Like, not a good look. Not a good look at all.
Good point.
Well, I mean, we are a judgment-free zone here, but
yeah, I don't know, man. And just fat, and not a shot, big ass mug of whiskey. It's like glug 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 glug. All right, I left the bottle there.
I forgot about that, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe I lost track of it. Well, again, I like when they talked about the child.
That was the only line about her alcoholism, too. By the way, that was it. Oh. Like we didn't do nothing else with that.
No, we didn't. Yeah, there were a lot of things that were underdeveloped. I mean, there were a lot of things that they again, I think they could have ran with and made a little bit more exciting, brought the audience in, and they didn't. They just dropped it. It was, like I said, just it missed on a lot of marks for me. People are liking it though, like you said. I mean, I never know how much to trust the IMDb and those comments and stuff, but
people I actually know are liking it too, though. I've seen reviews from people like Josh from Josh's Hoarder Corner. He put up a review, gave it like a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. On Letterboxd, it's doing well.
Yeah, there's no way out there. See, for me, there's no way. No way.
No way. None at all. So I definitely do not recommend this movie. No.
No, I feel bad. People are always asking, like, what should we go see? This would not be one of those movies. I mean, I recommended Dolly. I've recommended, what else have I seen recently?
Dolly was really good.
Great.
Love Dolly. Loved it.
That's one of the movies I got to stream before it came out. And 'cause I was really trying hard to get, speaking of wrestlers in horror, Maxie Impaler, the Killers, Maxie Impaler.
Yep.
You guys listening right now have no idea why I just talked about wrestlers in horror, but since I did, and this is going to air when it is, I'll talk about that for a second. Next week on the show live, we are going to have Vito Triga on, and we're going to do a WrestleMania special and talk about professional wrestlers that have done horror. And in Dolly, of course, there was Maxie Impaler was the killer, and she is they are a professional wrestler.
It's they. Yes.
It's they, yes. And so, but I was trying really hard to get her on, and I don't know. So I was trying really hard to get them on, and I have friends that are wrestlers. I reached out to them. I reached out to the studio. I reached out to them directly, and no message back. And then I got a hold of somebody at the studio, and I explained to them, like, huge wrestling fan, huge horror fan. I'd love to have anybody you can give us on for the thing. This is before the movie came out, but I'd really like to have Max on, and they couldn't do anything about that. So, but they didn't have time to do it either. But there was like, well, we could send you a screener to check out the movie before you could review it for us. I said, okay, cool. So doing that led to, I guess they sent us another thing where they actually invited us to a red carpet premiere of another movie that they did
in Ireland.
Because they thought I was in the UK. So I was like, oh, that sucks. So now we won't be able to fire up the company jet and get over there. That'd be cool, But that movie's weird, dude, because I did get to see it. That movie is Dead Lover, I believe is the name of it. Dead Lover. It's going to have a real limited release, and it's going to be in mostly in colleges. It's only place it's playing here is at that college downtown Cinematique art of whatever the fuck. It's a real artsy.
Is that the full title? I mean, if you go to the online website, it would be Cinema What the Fuck.
Yeah, art of Cinematique What the Fuck thing gimmick. And it's the worst theater to see a movie at. They're all the old school folding chairs, but they're all plastic.
Oh,
the screen's good and the sound's good, but the seats blow. I seen that Joker movie there. It's where there's a trans Joker in the movie. Did you see that one? Christian Calloway was in it. That's the reason I seen it, because when I had Christian Calloway on, he was like, "Oh, you have to see this movie," and it was really good. I don't know. Look at Christian Calloway's IMDb, you'll find it. But I recommend you see that. Not this movie we're talking about now, but Dead Lover is it's a weird one, man. It's like, I think if you're a fan of something like like Rocky Horror Picture and things like that, I think
Curse of the Queer Wolf.
Curse of the Queer Wolf, yeah, it might be a good one. It's about this. I'll talk about it for like 2 minutes and we'll get back on track. But it's about a gravedigger that a woman gravedigger digs graves, and then somehow she falls in love with this guy that is on a boat, and he dies, and in the movie they did like a smell-o-vision thing, like if we were to went to the red carpet premiere, where you there's a number and you scratch off the number and you smell it. Oh, it smells like dead ass. Okay, cool, awesome. Different things, and it just the dude says to her, "Oh my God, Brewster, you'd have lost your shit." Dude says to her, you've heard guys say, "Man, I'll suck a fart out her ass," or "I'll eat the corn out her shit." This dude legit says to this chick something about eating a piece of her poo like a fucking candy bar or something.
Oh God.
Yeah, dude. That's why I was like, whoa, this is going a little far. And a lot of times I watch horror movies with my kids, because they've seen everything, but shit like that I don't want to watch with them.
No pun intended, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I will if you're a sick fuck, I guess you'll really like this movie. Watch it.
I guess I'm not a sick fuck enough.
I don't know.
Wow.
You might like it. It's got some trauma vibes to it, so
Oh, that's below the belt, Rick.
No, it really does, man. I mean,
No, I mean, you're telling me he has stromal
Very
bites.
little.
Now I got to go watch it. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's something. It's something. But that's a far better movie than this one. It's a they're talking about eating shit like candy bars and shit, and that's a better movie than this.
How is this always derail? Whether it's eating shit or zombie dogs? I mean, what the fuck?
Oh man, but Dead Lover, check it out. Check it out in a theater near you. If probably it's going to be playing in very few theaters, and don't see that instead of Undertone, whatever it was called.
I can't even remember what we're talking about anymore.
Well, it was originally called The Undertone, but then when they
Undertone,
changed the name to Undertone. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like this movie.
I think they've gathered that from the entirety of this podcast. The three of us did not like this movie.
You know what the crazy thing is, though? Usually when I go to a movie, I got the unlimited pass, but I don't have one for my whole family.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids that live here, and I have my wife. And I buy 3, 4, 5, 6 tickets to almost every movie. I'm so glad that I was the only one that went, and I had credit for popcorn, too, so I didn't even buy a popcorn. I spent nothing on this movie, so that was good. I would have been upset if I would have took everybody. And Ricky, he doesn't know how to whisper in the movie if he needs to say something. He's just normal voice. He would have probably been like, "This movie fucking sucks." Like, wow. Oh man,
yeah. I would recommend this one. I still think it was better than We Bury the Dead. That movie was terrible.
I liked We Bury the Dead. Did anybody else in your theater seem to like this movie? Because nobody else in my theater did.
Everyone was quiet, so I don't think they did. I mean, usually you have to deal with one talker, but I didn't hear anything. Maybe everyone was taking Brian's cue and going to
As
sleep.
they're walking out, though, did you notice that they looked like they were happy, upset, or just?
I was waiting for Brian to not Hulk rage over how much he hated this movie, so I was kind of preoccupied with trying to have to, do the sun's coming real low type of thing to him.
Oh man. So
Did he freeze there? Is he still there?
No, he's there.
No, he's frozen.
He's frozen. He's gone.
I was gonna say it's like he's looking like he was about to Hulk rage at me right there.
Well, we'll wait and see if he comes back, and then we'll grade the film.
Oh, I mean, I'll give it a D. I'll tell you right now.
You go with a D. Was there any positive to this movie for you at all?
Just the ending, and like I said, the girl carrying the movie did it well. She was a good actress. It just
with the material that she had, like it's not her fault.
It wasn't her fault. No, she was fine.
They didn't expand on the boyfriend. It's not her fault that they didn't expand on her alcoholism problem.
Right.
It's not she didn't write the fucking thing.
Right. And I mean, this is going way off topic here, but I remember watching a documentary about Jamie Kennedy did. It was called Hecklers, and a whole thing circled around people blasting Son of the Mask, and he brought up a good point. How did I act in the movie? It's like, and you think about it, he's right. The movie was terrible, but his acting was fine. He should have caught hate for it,
Right on. Brian might be back. I don't see him. I see a black screen. We'll see what happens with that.
I'm back. Maybe. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're making weird sounds like the Undertone for a second. No, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can't see it. But that's okay. We'll go from there. Did you before you get dropped out again, what would you grade this movie, or was there anything positive in this movie to you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
Dude, I have no idea what happened. Well, my battery died. I didn't realize I was that low on battery, so that's my first problem. And now I don't know why you can't see me.
Your camera looks like it's about to come on. I see the little circle thing. Maybe not, but as long as you can hear us, we could do the rest verbally. But there you go.
There I am.
So, was there anything
as far as
about this film? Was there anything you did like?
We lost him again.
We lost him again.
That's right.
I should have let him just grade the movie. We would have had that out of the way. So I guess I'll go. Was there anything I liked about this movie? I don't think it was directed well. Definitely wasn't written well. The actress did her part the best of her ability. Like we just discussed, it's not her fault the movie was written that way. The ending was kind of cool, but it just wasn't enough of a payoff. I love the concept. If it did anything right, it came up with a concept of a movie. Hopefully somebody else can grasp onto that and do something similar better. Because it can easily be done. I think some people would like this movie, but most people wouldn't. That I know. I don't want to recommend it. I would give this movie. Man, I thought I was going to go like with a C but then when I started thinking about the direction of the movie and the writing of the movie and how that wasn't good either. All it was a good idea. And for a good idea, I got to give you a D. I got to give you a D. It's not an F because it is watchable. It won't be watched again by me. I don't think I'll do it again.
Or the rest of us in this podcast.
No, we won't probably do that. I mean, there's a chance I might, like if my wife decides she really wanted to see it because she was interested in it when she seen a trailer, I might sit through it again with her, and we'll see if we got Brian back. We have Brian. All right, can you hear us? Can we hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me? I'm trying. My phone is now. I don't know what was wrong with my phone. None of my phone is completely messed up. I don't know what happened.
We can hear you though. So I'm going to ask you again. Was there anything that you actually did like about this film? I'm not going to ask
either way.
Every time I get it out, his phone freezes. I'm going to assume that Brian gives us a D as well. Maybe he can comment on Thursday when this is showing on the live and give his grade because he is having technical difficulties left and right. Something from Sinners just won an Oscar because they keep showing everybody from Sinners. Oh no, there's a dance thing on the stage that has to do with Sinners. That's why they're all clapping. All right. So we'll leave Brian up there frozen. No, we won't. No, we won't. All right, it's gonna be a shorter show tonight.
Yeah, how much more can we talk about this? And poor Brian.
We talk about this movie. We even went into a couple other movies. We talked about Dolly a little bit. We talked about it a little bit. We talked about what we're gonna do next week. Wrestlers in horror. It's gonna be a fun time celebrating WrestleMania
with Vito.
With Vito, and we're gonna have to talk about a couple of his films. I just watched before we came on. We'll talk about one more movie real quick because he wants you to see this one. Is Assassinaut? The name of the movie sucks, and I'm going to tell him that. But the movie was pretty good. One last try with Brian. Are you there, pal?
I'm gonna try this one more. Time. I don't know what my it's like the StreamYard won't. It's like my battery's dead, and I
it's okay because you're working now. You're working now. Okay, what did you want to grade this movie?
What am I rated on? I got a 5/10.
We do letter grades from F to A plus. Somebody's even giving a movie a minus or two, but
I'd probably give it a C-.
C-. Okay, so you're right about in line with us. You said D, right, Brew?
I do, yeah. A
D would be. Yeah, I could easily go with a D.
What's there? I'm gonna try one more.
Rumor.
Was there anything you actually did like about this film?
I think we've said this, but I thought the ending was good. I thought that was there was definitely a chill factor in the end there. Mm-hmm. You had that repeating voice, you get that demonic voice, and you're going up the stairs, and they kind of I can't remember how they worded that in the middle of the movie about how it was a previous situation where there was all sorts of babies drawn on the wall and with a demon and that whole that scene with her going up the staircase and seeing the whole entire wall painted with all those figures and stuff. That was genuinely creepy. I thought that was pretty cool, and I appreciate the effort. It's like you said, just them trying something different. I like the idea of scaring with sound. So I'll give them some credit for that. But as a whole, the movie was a mess for me.
Yeah, I think the shadow they showed behind her a couple times, you couldn't tell if it was her mom creeping on her or what it was.
Yes.
Maybe if it was her mom for a second might be cool, or just like a jump scare there would have been cool. Jump scares with the mom, you know, when she's in there would have been better. They could have just sprinkled that into there to keep to break it up, to break up the nothing.
Yes, I'm telling you, they blew
like
it. The mom would have been huge. That mom was. I kept waiting for that mom to jump up, sit up, head spin, blood come out of her mouth, something, and it just never happened.
And since this demon is fucking with this girl's head, it didn't have to really happen. She could have just seen it and then like all of a sudden woke up and mom's back laying down.
I totally agree. Yep.
Something that
totally
simple
agree.
would have made this a million times better. But
100%.
So as I was saying, it's gonna be a shorter episode. Next week we got Vito on. We're gonna talk about wrestling because it's WrestleMania season. We're gonna talk about horror in wrestling. We're going to talk about a couple of his films. We're talking about Assassinaut, which is a really, really good movie. It's on Tubi. Check that out before the show if you can. And well-acted movie, much better acted than this movie. Really good special effects. And then, of course, we're going to have to talk about, what was the name of the movie that we reviewed of his already?
Pigpen.
I always forget the name of it. And I'm going to have to tell him, like, it's going to be weird for me having him on because his character in that was genuinely fucking frightening.
That's what I told him when he asked me to watch the movie. I messaged him afterwards, and I was like, I am glad I watched this after I interviewed you.
Right.
Because I would be like too...
Is that on Tubi?
That's
awesome. That's on Tubi.
Hey, what platform? What Tubi? I need to watch that.
Watch both of those. They're both on Tubi. They're not too long. They don't overstay their welcome. And that was a little bit more on the artistic side than the Assassinaut. The Assassinaut's a sci-fi kind of thing. It's really well done. I mean, I was really impressed with it. But I was impressed with his acting in the Pigpen a little bit more.
Oh, dude, he fucking kills it. And he's the nicest guy, dude. I mean, I've talked to him for hours, just shooting the shit. But he terrifies me in that movie. So I'm like hesitant to make a joke,
Well, as I said, once I get with Brewster and do his mental hell gimmick thing, and you'll understand a little bit more of why that was so terrifying for me, because a lot of that was real life for me. I had seen this shit happen in real life, and I'm actually writing a horror movie based on my life, and maybe I'll get it made, maybe I won't. Hopefully I do. But if I do, I am going to try to reach out to him to get him into it to be my stepfather in the movie.
Oh, nice. He can pull it off, I'm sure.
Oh, no, I know he can. I know he can, because he reminded me of my stepfather in that movie. My stepfather wasn't quite as evil as him.
So wait. So Brian, are you watching these? Did you want to come back and do that show with us with Vito?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
So coaching softball. So I have a game at Independence. I don't know if I'll be back in time for that. But if it's rained out or it's canceled anyway, I will definitely be on. Yeah, I'd love to be on here more. So
I think I have the code.
Most Thursdays.
That code that you got right now that you got on with us tonight with. That's the same one we always use. So if you're ever watching live and you want to chime in about something, jump in. That's why I gave it to so many people, because I was kind of hoping more people would do that. The only person that really does it is Tiki does it once in a while. And it's always great. Tell me it's not always the highlight of the fucking show when he does it. So, it's all good. But yeah, that's the code. So anytime you want to jump in. But on that note, we're going to get the hell out of here. Actually, we pulled 45 minutes of this. You guys got almost a whole episode. So hopefully this was entertaining. Like, share, tell friends to tell friends. We'll be back live next week for real. And hit up the shop, buy a t-shirt. We're like 30 followers away on the Facebook from hitting 1,300. So when we hit 1,300, we're going to give away some Friday the 13th cool swag. And if all of you guys on Facebook would go over to the YouTube and follow us there, YouTube would start paying us, and that'd be awesome. You need 1,000 followers on there, and I think we got like 200. So you guys are slacking. Follow on both. Watch on whichever one, but follow on both. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's a little button. And then, we can make some money and start paying the high-ass StreamYard funds out of the money we're making from doing this. That'd be awesome. So, all right, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys later. I'm going to get off the phone, watch the rest of the Oscars, and see if the 6 horror movies or horror-adjacent movies that are nominated tonight win awards. And we'll, of course, probably talk about that a little bit next week. So, big show next week. All kinds of shit going on. I'm going to hit this button, play the outro video, and I will see you fellas later.
Stay cool, Freaky Friday.
Oh, shit. There goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.